prestigious oration uh, which is going to be delivered by Dr. Professor Mangat Dogra. His introduction is going to come your way, but it is my proud privilege to be associated with this gentleman, a legendary figure in retina and retinopathy of prematurity. So I apologize for there was a little bit of misprint in the brochure. The allocated time is 20 minutes, but you are going to share with us your lifetime expertise. So there is no limit for time for a legendary figure like you. May I invite Dr. Asif Sahnawaz to coordinate this session for Bihar Ophthalmological Society. Dr. Asif, please.
Thank you, sir. It's my privilege to coordinate this prestigious Dr. P.N. Sinha oration. First of all, I would like to invite chairpersons, our Honorable President, Dr. S.K. Rungta, sir, Dr. A.S.B. Sahai, sir, Dr. Ravindra Tiwari, sir, Dr. S.K. Verma, sir, Dr. U.P. Bhadani, sir, Dr. Arvind Sinha, sir, Dr. S.K. Kedia, sir, and our esteemed Secretary, Dr. Sunil Kumar Singh, sir. Now, I would like to invite our President, Dr. S.K. Rungta, sir, to introduce our orator, Professor Mangat R. Dogra, sir. Dr. Rungta, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Vibhuti. Thank you, Dr. Asif, for giving me this opportunity. I am really privileged to introduce Dr. P.N. Sinha Oration Awardee, Dr. Dogra, on this MOSCON platform. Dr. Mangat Ram Dogra is former professor and head of the ophthalmology department and chief retina service at Advanced Eye Center, PGI, Chandigarh. He is superannuated from PGI on 30th June 2019. At present, he is director of retina service in Kriwal Eye Institute, Chandigarh, which is a prestigious retina center. He received a medical degree from Medical College, Simla in 1977, followed by his residency in ophthalmology at PGI, Chandigarh, which he completed in 81, December. He underwent 2 years vitreoretina fellowship training from July 89 to 91 June at University of Maryland Hospital, Baltimore, USA. His exclusive area of patient care, teaching, and research has been vitreoretinal diseases and surgery, including ROP, for the last 30 years. So much so that whenever you say ROP, only 3 or 4 names come, and one is Dr. Dogra. Dr. Dogra has published 207 papers in peer-reviewed national and international journals, 4 books, and several book chapters on vitreoretinal diseases and ROP. He has delivered 576 lectures at various national and international conferences. His maximum contribution has been in the area of ROP. He has been invited to deliver 216 guest lectures, including 18 orations on ROP in India and abroad. He is an internationally recognized expert on ROP and is considered a pioneer in this field in India and internationally also. Dr. Dogra is a former president of so many societies: Vitreoretinal Society of India, North Zone Ophthalmical Society, Chandigarh Ophthalmical Society, and Himachal Doctors Alumni Association. He is also former treasurer and chairman scientific committee of Vitreoretinal Society. Now, on behalf of BOS, I invite Dr. Dogra to deliver his oration, that is Dr. P.N. Sinha oration, please. Sir, we are grateful that today you are here with us on this MOSCON 2020 virtual platform. Now the podium is yours, sir. Welcome, sir.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Rungta, for such a nice and elaborate introduction. I'm thankful to you as the president of the society, as well as Dr. Sunil Singh. And my special thanks are due to Dr. Bhuti Sinha, who wanted me to come over physically. Even I remember last year, he wanted me to come to Bihar. I couldn't come. I had to go that time to Australia. And I'm really grateful for this great honor and to the entire executive of the Bihar Ophthalmological Society. For this oration, I thought I'll be talking about a subject which is retinopathy of prematurity. In fact, when I begin, I always say, when I did my MBBS, MS, or even a little later, I think retinopathy of prematurity word was not there. There was a retroretinal fibroplasia, which came as one paragraph only as a differential diagnosis of retinoblastoma. I think that's it. That was it. So nobody thought that it will become like an epidemic, and it will be something so big that now we'll have full books as well as the society on ROP. So it's that's how I thought it will be interesting, because I've been one of those among very few who started this work in this country, that maybe I'll talk about my journey about retinopathy of prematurity. I'm extremely grateful that I've been given this prestigious oration on a very, very famous ophthalmologist from the eastern part of India, who made a big name for himself all over the country. And way back, I mean, I'm so impressed that he did his MBBS in 1929. And that time, I also know that eye and ENT used to be together. That's what maybe he was teaching both the things. And he retired way back in 1960. So I think a great philanthropist who was one of the founder, secretary of the Bihar Ophthalmological Society. So I think what could be, I mean, even he remained the president of All India Ophthalmological Society in 1965 during the Madras conference, now Chennai. And I'm so grateful that I have been awarded this Dr. P.N. Sinha oration, and this has been funded and donated by Dr. Ian Pandya. We just heard oration on his name by Dr. Davinder Sood, which was so much, it generated so much of so many things in us, and it was a great oration. I remember him personally. He was known to me personally, and it was our fortune that he was president of AIOS during the 1996 Chandigarh conference, and we got the opportunity to host him, and it was always a pleasure. So I really salute Dr. P.N. Sinha here, and the oration awarded to me. I just wanted to project this photograph. This is the last trip to Patna in April 2019, when I, along with, you can see here, Tatyal, we and Dr. Azad, of course, and we were the sort of put by the government as advisors for upgradation work, which is going on in RIO. And Dr. Bhuti Sinha has been associated because of that work with us. And he is a very energetic person. And I'm thankful to him that he could take me here along with his better half here to the historic Gurdwara during this trip. And of course, here is also the director of their institute here, Dr. Biswas. And this, I'm really thankful for him again. And I would like to start my oration with, you see, as I already mentioned, I'm going to quote Robert Frost here, two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled, and that has made all the difference. This is very, very true. In fact, when I started, I never even thought, I went for fellowship to USA in 1989. And that is where first time I saw ROP, I started screening babies for ROP. And once I came back to PGI after 2 years, in July 91, I started screening here. And that was a time there was no awareness about this disease among ophthalmologists, pediatrician, neonatologist, obstetrician, everybody, nurses or patients. And it was very interesting in a way for me that I could learn so many things, and I'll come to that a little later. And this is where I was in the department there in University of Maryland, Baltimore. And here was the gentleman, Mark Freslin, from whom I learned ROP that time. And here was Dr. Vinod Lakhanpal. In fact, he was the one who took me as a fellow that time, and he used to be professor there. And I learned, and that is the time Atul Kumar also, Dr. Atul Kumar, came as a fellow. He stayed with me for 6 months in my apartment, and we both were there. This is the first time I would like to mention here when Stanley Chang introduced PFCL. And we saw the first video where he attached the cornea, the retina, which was attached to cornea, and it went back, and the whole hall got up when all the celebrities were there. This is my family here during their visit here. You can see on the backdrop, this doesn't exist, World Trade Center. This is no more there. You see my son here, he is now a full-fledged retina expert. He's assistant professor in PGI Chandigarh. So he was a little boy that time. Here is Dr. Lingam Gopal. You know, he is my contemporary from PGI. Rather, he was my 6 months, my junior. He and Jagatram are, Dr. Jagatram are batchmates, who's the director of PGI. I consider him as the father of ROP in India because he was the first one who started this work in this country. And he was the one, when he came to USA for a first conference in Atlanta, he told me, you better start seeing more. I said, I'm already seeing. He said, see more. I started seeing some babies. And that is what I focused more. This was later when in 1995 in Chennai I had gone. This is Tarun here, his son. And then subsequently many years, we are holding a ROP course, which was full hall, both of us here in Agra. I am thankful to the PGI neonatology department. I never knew myself that this was the first neonatal center in the country and the largest center, which has trained 60 to 70% of the neonatologists for entire country. That's how I could start this work in a place. That's where the baby started surviving, first of all, way back when I came. Rather, they wanted me to do this work when I came back, and that's how I started. Here is the present chief, Professor Deorari from All India Institute, present chief of neonatology, Dr. Parveen here, when we were holding a workshop somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. I have to give a lot of credit to Professor Azad. You see, he is the person who, when he came back from Kuwait, who kind of revolutionized the whole thing about the workshop, the combined workshop. He made so much of awareness, he brought so much of importance that we owe a lot to him. And Harsh Kumar rather was the first one who started ROP screening in RP Center AIMS. You will be surprised, he's a glaucoma person now. This I am visiting much later now. Parijat Chandra is the one who's heading this area and doing a lot of great work after Professor Azad superannuated. You can see this workshop in 2001. That's where Harsh is also here. When Professor Azad used to have these workshops by Ministry of Health, later also by WHO, by various organizations. So his contribution is immense. You can see all of them. Subhadra is so young here. Everybody, you can see we are all here that time. I think this is the present group. This is the task force, national task force by Ministry of Health. Government of India for ROP, you know, there's a task force and everybody is here. And these are also the main members, executive members of the Indian ROP Society. And here is Professor Azad, who is the chairman, who heads this. And secretary is my student, Anand Vinekar, who stayed with me 6 years in PGI. Subhadra, you can see Parijat, everybody here. You can see Pramod, as well as Narendran, and also so many people here in this particular. As you know, retinopathy of prematurity, I said, is a new disease. And the problem was when we started seeing these more and more, we also realized that heavier and older babies are developing ROP in India, which was not so in Western country. And many of these babies were becoming blind because they were not getting screened. So we published back to back, our group and Lingam Gopal, in 1995 first report, where we could see that the incidence was as much as in Western countries. So that is so still even now. This is the Ungi et al., Anand's group in Bangalore. And why I projected this, he was my first thesis candidate whom I gave the ROP thesis way back in you will be surprised, in 1992. And he is Rohit Charan. Of course, they have a hospital in Jaipur. And the Western guidelines were, as far as they were not suitable for us. We realized that. And that is what few of these articles have. So one of the landmark articles, I must say, this was a thesis for Anand. I had given Anand Venekar, the famous, and he published it in Indian Journal. You know, this is one of the highest, which has highest citations. This is one of the 5 most cited article ever written for Indian Journal of Ophthalmology. Why it is important? You see, what is important is that in this article, 16% of the babies were more than 1750 grams, 6.5% above 2 kgs, and 23% were more than 32 weeks of period of gestation. So the Western guidelines, which says 1500 grams in 30 weeks from US, they are not suitable. We'll miss so many. So with great persuasion in articles like that, we could pursue Government of India. So it is now 2 kgs and 34 weeks of period of gestation. Everybody need to be screened for ROP. So this we achieved only by putting up so many studies. This slogan, Tees Din Roshni Ke, has been given by Subhadra Jalali. Must screen within 30 days if the child is 2 kg, less than 34 weeks of birth. I used to initially document everything with laser indirect ophthalmoscope and with the video indirect. That is the way these pictures were taken from me by many people in the world. That time we had no rat cam. And I started doing cryo when, of course, I started doing this thing way back when I was right there in US in 1989. And laser even was started in 1989 in US. That was the beginning of this thing. And I started cryo and did from up to almost 1997. I did cryo in PGI Chandigarh. And this was done under GA. And later on, 1997 till now, we do with the laser now. These are my cryo twins here. Those 2 young ladies now, they have grown up. This is the cryo I've done for them. This is the way we used to do, and the disease regressed. Of course, both have glasses, but the disease regressed and they have good vision. The laser is delivered through a confluent laser with half burn with a part. You'll see a result like this, that everything will regress. The vessels would start straightening up. They are this thing. And I am just going to show you something which I had first time done, and this has been video shown all over the world, that you can treat in a highly unstable baby which we can't bring out of the incubator, inside the incubator, through the wall of incubator, and you will have a similar success. And this proved boon during COVID time. And in fact, they have many people took up this, and they were calling me that your technique helped us and we were prevented from that COVID kind of thing because there was already a barrier. And we also first time did this, that in published in BGO 2010, that green laser, we have only one laser. Otherwise, Western world said we need a diode laser, especially for ROP. We don't have that much funds. So we used very successfully, and now 532 laser is used for everything, right from diabetic retinopathy, retinal breaks, everything, and also for ROP with the equal success rate. So I think we feel very good about that kind of a contribution, and this is one such baby treated and very nicely. Aggressive posterior ROP is seen very frequently in our country, not in Western world. And almost more than half are aggressive posterior here. This is a disease which will never have stages, but will go straight into retinal detachment. And this we published first of all in 2009, and another publication from Arvind Group here in 2012, and so many other publications. I want to highlight this here to you. So look at the weight of, this is our study, and this is from the Arvind study. And look at from US and from Japan. They have tiny babies, such low birth weight babies. And look at our babies. They are heavy. They have a period of gestation is very high. The success rate is poorer, only 71% with laser. That is where the problem is. So I'm not talking about other things here today, literature about anti-VEGF. That is where the anti-VEGFs are needed. We looked also at which babies were going into unfavorable outcome. Lower gestational age, posterior zone 1 APROP, and need for repeat laser and pre-existing fibrovascular proliferation. They all. And we also described something like hybrid ROP. This is something which is going to come even in classification. This name was given by me, published in 2012, something like this. We large loops, something stuck over this. This kind of ROP has never been described. So I think we got opportunity, and this is posterior zone 1. This is first ever study. This was published in Canadian Journal in the February issue. This will also be coming into the newer classification. So our contribution will go a long way, and maybe this is posterior zone 1. That means the bristles, they stop short here only near the macula. They have not even grown here. You do laser, they have an unfavorable outcome almost in 80%. And recently, I'm very happy, this was my parting shot at retirement. All nasal vitrectomy has been done, which is now accepted in Retina Journal in the May issue. And also we have described a technique, because these instruments are long, and how to insert. This has been recently just come in the October issue of Indian Journal. So I'm just going to show you a little video here. And this is what we have done is that most of the 4B retinal detachments, the entire retina is coming behind the lens temporally. If we sacrifice the lens, the whole advantage is gone. How to preserve that lens? So this is first time done, all nasal vitrectomy. So you put infusion in the center and put those ports from the sides. That means infusion is right in the center. This came to my mind that let's do this. This supports also by the nasal bridge, and you go on two sides. Only thing is you have to sit on the nasal side. And once you sit on the nasal side, then you can perform this very well. And once we do that, I think my idea is not to show you the heroic surgery here. Only thing is that you can approach it very well. I think I'll just, for the sake of time, I'll skip this and go ahead to the next. And this is the way this ultimately was and could be settled back. And as far as my journey is concerned, I already this has been mentioned, 54 peer-reviewed redaction. I conducted workshop, instruction courses all over India and abroad. When I was invited by Dr. Salabh Sinha. I'm so thankful to him. When he called me in 2010, some of you would remember, I conducted and I delivered lectures both in Patna as well as Muzaffarpur. Both the places he took me, and I'm grateful to him. And that time hardly anybody was doing, and we trained a lot of manpower. And I'm thankful here that I'm here with the father. Anand is here, and later with Michael Tracy. Michael Chang, he's the present director of the NEI, which gives all the grant. And when we and Anand especially went to meet the man who described the pathogenesis of ROP, and they used to both work together in Colombia. So, and this is, of course, very famous, this lady from, she comes from Calgary, Canada, and the whole group of Southeast Asians here, where I conducted a big session along with them. And we have here Claire Gilbert, we are even Dr. Azad is here, and this is the Mitch Hittner, the anti-VEGF lady. We chaired the session together in Shanghai, and I am here judge along with, so many accolades came to me. In Mexico, I was the only one representing Asia who And I even became president. You look at all the stalwarts. They are all from Retina. And I took all of them to Hamburg, and first symposium we did, also took them to Egypt once. And so a lot has been given to this me. The problem with ROP in India is that we have highest rate of preterm birth in the world. The increasing number of NICU and SNCUs are opening. Neonatal care is not open and optimal, and heavier babies are developing ROP. So we don't have these programs in place. I get these kind of babies so often and feel very bad. This is retina behind. Even the biggest surgeon can't do anything. You don't want to let them go there. So that is what is important. And we did a study, and this study was an eye-opener. This is in ophthalmic epidemiology, that almost 86% were never screened for ROP. And parents are self-referring when their child is not seeing. So that is where we are. We need to learn a lot. I have never refused to go to any place. That is how I also came to Patna that time, 2010. I have almost gone everywhere across the country. Just this is for ROP. If I am called for ROP, I must go there. And that is what I did all throughout my 30 years. And I trained a lot of these people here. You can see they are all across country. And we have a IROP society. Thanks to our team here. Of course, dynamic idea came from Prasad Azad, and Anand is the secretary. And we are all the executive members, and our tribe is growing. Can you imagine? We had a full issue of IGO, June 2019. They wanted to coincide it with my retirement. That was a big tribute to me. I can never forget it. Also, there was a one full 2016 Indian pediatric supplement. So this has become so important, and nothing could be better. Most of us, those who are in ROP, starting with Lingam Gopal, Subhadra, here is Anand and me. We are all PGI products, Chandigarh products. Maybe there is something to do with PGI as well as. I am grateful to hear Professor Amod Gupta here, especially, who was my senior mentor. And we were together for 35 years, who allowed me to pursue work in this area and encouraged me to do so. And so is Professor Jagat, who's been my contemporary. And there's entire faculty here. And I come from a small village in Himachal, in remote area. My parents, totally illiterate. My mother is still there. And this is my present family here. And they are my pillars of strength. And the challenge continues. The journey does not end. Again, I quote Robert Frost, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promised to keep a miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. This is what because I feel we need to educate more and more people in this. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Dr. Vibhuti and the entire team, Dr. Rungta here, for inviting me for this meeting and for this oration. Thank you very much.